All right, y'all, so welcome back to another one here. All right, so we're doing the growing food thing again this year. Gardening. Have a big garden every year. And this year I'm gonna bring you guys along. So we finally got some warm weather. I think it's done freezing, and this is what the garden looks like. It's pretty pitiful, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, I've been kind of mowing it. I've mowed it a couple of times, and I've kind of laxed off of it here the last few weeks. But anyway, this is what the garden looks like. One thing about having good soil is you grow a lot of good weeds too. But anyway, this is the garden spot here. I made one pass with a tiller. It's good enough, it's dry enough to till this sucker. So anyway, this is what it looks like. All tomato cages are stacked up over to the side. This is for those of you that remember last year I planted everything on big giant pieces of cardboard, and it worked out awesome. So we're gonna do something similar to that this year again. I've got something a little bit more permanent, but this is what the remnants of the cardboard was. It just hasn't been dry enough to burn it. I had all intentions of burning it, but we're just gonna go ahead and till her under, and all will be good. But anyway, just got home from work. I've got just a few minutes here before it gets dark, and we're gonna till this garden up, and then over the next few days we're gonna get ready to put some plants in the ground. So anyway, I figured I'd set you guys up. I got little Red over there, and I got the tiller hooked up, and we're gonna go down through here and rip down and turn this soil over. So enjoy. So there you have it, y'all. Went over it 2 times, and it's a little wetter than what I wanted it to be, but it's fine. It'll dry out real good now that I've opened it up. So anyway, finish this pass here. Cardboard tilled up just great. I had a lot of people for some reason was against that, and I just do you not understand what cardboard is or where it comes from? It's no different than a bunch of leaves falling on this thing, right? So anyway, now that this ground's opened up, it'll dry out a couple more times. I always like to till it a couple more times, let all this green stuff, let it die, and then I can just till it under. Makes it a little nicer. So anyway, this is the first step in producing my own food for the summer. So anyway, I'll let it air dry here for a couple of days, and then we'll come back in and we'll do another once over, and we'll have a good bed to start growing stuff. All right, so it's been just a few days here. You can see the ground is just dried out just beautifully here compared to what it was. Still plenty of moisture down low. So all the live green stuff that you guys saw before, it's all dead now, kind of shriveled up, and we got a good dry soil here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna till it all one more time. Now, last year I covered my tomato areas in cardboard. Some of you guys will remember that. And that did awesome as far as weed control and kept the moisture down into the soil. So I've got something special for this year. I've kind of upgraded, so to speak, but so I'm not worried too awful much about turning this this ground into just a lettuce bed. You know, a lot of times you don't want to make that ground too awful powdery, because then once you get a rain, it'll compact and turn hard. But I'm actually going to cover this ground, so I'm going to run down through with the tiller one more time, and I am just going to turn this dirt, turn it up real good one more time. So there we have it, y'all. Boy, I tell you, there's just something about a fresh tilled garden. That's got to be one of the top things in my mind. It just looks awesome, right? All that fresh turned over soil. All right, so anyway, there's that. We got the garden all turned up. I mean, it's good soil. So, like I said before, used cardboard last year. I'll show you what I'm using this year, because I think it's going to work really, really well. All right. Whew. Stuff is heavy. All right. Oh. So there it is, y'all. Oh, there it is. Oh, sweating now, man. Got warm this year quick. All right, so there we have it, y'all. That's my big reveal. So what is this stuff? All right, so one benefit of working, working in the trades, working on a bunch of construction sites and stuff, is if you're willing to haul the stuff home, you can come up with some decent materials that get thrown away. So last year I was so impressed by the performance of the cardboard that I thought, well, I'd like to do that from year to year. Problem is, I just so happened to get a bunch of that big cardboard last year off a job. So I ended up getting this last year sometime. This is actually rubber roofing. This is real heavy duty rubber. It's rubber roofing that's made for like commercial buildings. And it's a good product because it's designed to set out in the sun. A lot of the stuff that you buy for gardening, it doesn't last very long. It can't take the sun. This stuff here is designed for it. So I drug home all this rubber roofing we tore off a job. So I'm probably covering around about 40% of my garden. Here's the thing about me. I like gardening, I like growing all my stuff, but you know, I always get real gung-ho early in the season, you know, and then about the time you really need to be on it, you know, the middle of summer with weed control and other things like that, I always end up getting real busy with work, or, you know, I just kind of lose interest, I guess you would say. I just don't stay with it, and I know it's just me, but that's how I am. So anyway, hopefully this rubber roofing is going to be my saving grace. It's either going to do awesome or it's going to burn up all my plants, one or the other. We'll see. This year will be a test. So like I said, with this rubber roofing, my plan is to, so I've got 4 big pieces here. The 2 over on that side is where I plan to put all my tomatoes. You know, I think I can cut holes in this with a torch, with a weed burner torch, cut a circular hole in it, and you know, spot all my tomato plants. And I think I can use this from year to year is my plan. These 2 smaller ones here, they may not actually stay in this place. I may move them around a little bit, but you know, I'm thinking I'm going to do my cucumbers and zucchinis and different vining things. I don't know. I've got a lot of options here. You know, then obviously that half of the garden down there, you know, that's for your beans and corn and different things like that. It doesn't really need as much maintenance, you know, like other things. So, you know, this black rubber roofing, hopefully it's going to hold in the heat, which, you know, should prolong my growing a little bit. It should really hold in the moisture as well, being that it's covered. You know, I've done the straw where I've strawed my tomatoes in the past. That also works. You still got to deal with weeds. The cardboard worked great. So this is just kind of one step up. So we've got a bunch of rubber roofing. It's thundering in the background, so I'm not going to be able to plant today. I'm going to get washed out, but you know, the next part is going to be spotting out my stuff, and then we're going to get some actual seeds and some plants in the ground. But I'm pretty excited for this, guys. I'm interested to see how this will work. You know, I think, you know, just like this rain's going to be coming in this evening, you know, I should be able to work in this garden a lot easier now too, you know, being as I'm standing on rubber as opposed to having the mud. So I'm super excited for this. I've been waiting all year since I drug this stuff home last year, all this dirty, heavy stuff. But anyway, that's my big deal, like I said. So I can see the rain coming across the field there, guys. So we're gonna sign off for today, and I'm gonna get this camera out of the weather here. But anyways, next time you guys see me, we're gonna be putting stuff in the ground. So it's time. We're growing our own food for the year. So real quick here before I gotta go, I'll bring you guys over here and show you the strawberries did not do good this year. I've got to work on the rabbit population. The rabbits came and cleaned me out. Not so good. Blackberries and raspberries are looking awesome here. You got them all. Look at all the blooms. It stays hot like this. We're gonna do awesome this year on the blackberries and raspberries. There's some blooms there. Here's some berries already starting to form. My asparagus is about done. I've been eating asparagus for the last month, and it's just about done, but did pretty good this year. We'll come over here. Oh, I also would mention that, you know, there's a lot of people say maybe burn that stuff. That rubber is going to burn my plants. I have the option to water and irrigate every day. I have a 110-foot well on my property that's hooked up, so I can water every day. Watering is not a concern. Come over here to the rows of blueberries. We're probably about 2 weeks out on the blueberries, but just look at that. I'm gonna have a pretty good crop of blueberries this year. Super excited for that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get this camera inside here before I get rained on and get the tractor under cover, and we'll check back with you here once the rain quits.